Well, preparing for college is a goal that both you and your child need to work on.
We are going to talk about that, but first, how to survive a 2-week trip with your in-laws. Kelly Olson from the Village Family Service Center is here. We're going to talk about.
I could probably help you with that too.
I'm not worried about it. There's lots of Guinness and Jameson, Scotch.
Alone time is good. Time to come back together is good.
Welcome back to the show.
Yes.
So where do you want to start with the empty nest situation?
Well, it's just, I think maybe expectations and what kind of to expect. You know, for the kid or the student that's going to college, it can be a lot of mixed emotions. And so they're super excited but nervous. And so, you know, when we talk to parents, a lot of times they experience that kids are really distancing themselves and, you know, they're not being around for family activities. And so sometimes we as parents want to connect with our kids because we know that they're going to be gone. And our kids are like, no, really, give me some space. But then in other circumstances, they're like, hey, where's everybody? Let's do something. And you're like, oh, you want to hang out with me now? And so kind of to know that that behavior happens prior to leaving. And then even when they're in college too, there's some kind of, you know, disconnect. You may not get text messages very often or things like that. And just to try to connect with your kid as much as you can, but not hover. And so trying to figure out that balance because they're trying to become independent, obviously living on their own in a new city, and they're discovering so many new cool things, friends, and going to classes and just doing so many different things. And so finding new ways to connect, whether it be text, Facebook, you know, sending messages.
Even snail mail.
Snail mail,
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
for
like,
sure.
when you're there and you get that, because it's kind of weird because you like, you know, I don't really want to call my parents. I want to be independent, but gosh, I miss them. And so when you get something like that, it's like, okay, I don't really need to respond, but at least they're thinking about me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, especially too when you have those stressful times when you know you're gearing up for some big tests, and then they send you your special K-bars or some special treat that you've always loved, and it's like, oh man, they're thinking of me and sending me a treat, or just like a little care package. You know, maybe you're out of a bunch of stuff because it's hard to, you know, have to fend for yourself in a house, so you're not used to it. Even if it's a dorm room, it's like you're out of hairspray or you're out of whatever, and so now you got to go get it yourself. So it's nice to get little care packages from parents as well to stay connected. So I think it's about redefining your connection because you don't see them every day anymore, and you don't get to check in with them. You don't get to see their face when they come home from school, and you can't tell that they've had a bad day. And so finding different ways to connect with your child, it's a huge transition for them, but then a huge transition for us as parents as well.
How important is it? Because I know when the parents bring them to college, you kind of split off and they always have to talk with the parents, you know, let them kind of figure things out on their own. Don't let them come home the first few weeks of college. You know, how important is it that parents do give them that space to kind of learn and adjust?
That's just it, is that there's this fine balance between, you know, don't hover, but then don't, you know, disappear into the wind either. And you wanna encourage their independence. And when they call you, I mean, you kind of become this more coaching role, kind of. Obviously, if there's behaviors and they're having some trouble, I mean, their behaviors will tell you whether or not you need to up your game as a parent still. But I think that that's even kind of hard. How much do I up my game? Do I shut off financial support if they're getting into significant trouble? What do I take away? Their cell phones? What do I do as a parent? And so, you know, we experience parents just being kind of struggling with how much do I interfere and how much do I not. But it's so important to kind of encourage them to get into the dorm life, meet some friends, get active, get involved, and go to the homecoming, do some different things, because you only have that first year of college once, and you only have those 4 years of college one time, and then, you know, then you're into, you know, the real life where you have to work every day.
I think it's important too that you put GPS trackers in all the clothes.
So
Make sure you see where they're going.
That goes back to our hovering.
Watch out, Isabella.
More right after this.